So we have already learned how to implement a hard life system in Unity. But what if we introduce life potions in order to restore our health and continue playing? We're going to learn how to do exactly this by building up on our previous tutorial. So for that, I've already prepared a life potion sprite that I'm going to import into Unity. Well, the truth is that I haven't actually prepared the sprite for this video, but it's actually an asset of my game Sprite. You can check it with the link in the description. It's totally free to play and your favorite game from now on. Now in Unity we open up our last project and create a new button that will be the life potion. We get rid of the text component and also assign the right sprite to the button. Make sure to select Preserve Aspect in order to have the right size for your potion button, and in case you're working with pixel art just like me, make sure that your filter mode is set to point no filter for a crispy pixel design. Another tip is to change the format to RGBA 32-bit to have the best ever sprite resolution. Finally, you should reduce the height and the width of the button as much as possible without losing the actual size of it. Okay, the next step is to open up our script from the last time and add a new public function. Let's name it add life, and in there we are simply adding one integer point to our life variable. It's really easy like that. With that done, we want to actually see the real number of our life, and to do so we create a new UI text game object that will represent the integer value of our life. To get access to the text component of the game object, we create in our code a new text variable named myLife, and inside of the update function we assign the integer value of our life with a toString function. Let's also assign our text game object to our script inside of the inspector and click on play. Great, so the life text works and the number equals to the hearts we have left. Now we only need to assign the public function we created in order to increase our life and test the results. And the results are almost right. We now need to fix the maximum life we can get with the potions and also recreate the hearts to make them visible. And this is easily achieved by, instead of destroying the heart, to simply deactivate it from the scene. For the reverse effect, where we want the heart to appear again, we need to activate the last deactivated heart just before we add a point to our life. Now, to limit the maximum amount of life we can get, we create another variable that will never change, but gets the value of our maximum hearts at the beginning of the game. We will use this variable in an if statement, where we check if our current life is less than the maximum life we can get, and if so, the potion can be used. A quick info about myself: I'm a pro gamer and I never ever experienced the need of drinking a potion in any game. 0 deaths is the way to go. Now, as you can see, we lose hearts when taking damage and get them back when drinking a potion. Notice that at 0 hearts we can still gain life, but that's not possible in an actual game. Not that I know about it as a pro gamer, but I guess it works like this. So this is another quick fix that is achieved by also checking if we are dead by using the dead boolean we already have. Next, and just for visual improvements, we change the text to "You are a noob" for when you lose all your hearts. Now at this point we are done with the potion button, but what if our character finds a potion inside of the game that restores his health automatically? Let's implement this function as well. We drag the potion sprite into the scene, creating a new game object that we will interact with in just a moment. All it needs is a circle collider 2D with isTrigger enabled and a new tag named potion. Note that when creating a new tag, you also need to assign it to your game object. And with that done, our Spartan needs a collider too, as well as a rigid body 2D with a gravity value of 0. This is the setup for both game objects, and we only need to write a new function in our code. We will use the onTriggerEnter 2D function and check if the tag equals potion. If so, we call the addLife function exactly as we would do by pressing the potion button. We also destroy the potion game object since it is used by our Spartan. Do you like the results? I think it works really nice, and if you want, you can add some particle effects or whatever you feel like to make it even more nice looking. Okay, let's now create a new prefab out of our potion and place it another few times into our scene. Looks like we need to check for some additional things inside of our onTriggerEnter function. We copy and paste everything that's in the if statement of our add life function to it, and we are done. At maximum life, we cannot interact with any potion and just walk over it. And that's it for today's video. If you haven't watched the previous episode where we created the basic heart system, click on the video you see on the screen right now. What are you even doing here? And with that said, consider subscribing for weekly game dev tutorials and devlogs about my latest slime game. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Ciao!